What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Jess. Welcome back to another video. And this whole situation just seems to get crazier and crazier the more it unfolds. So, if you guys seen yesterday's video, EDP, maybe if you guys don't know, EDP 445, I'm sure if you've seen a picture of him, you'd recognize him if the name doesn't ring a bell. One of the more popular guys out there in the uh, football community, as far as guys that make videos and super fans and things like that. Well over 2 million subs, viral memes. There's no way you watch football and have not come across an EDP clip or video or meme somewhere along, your timeline around the past 8 years or so. And turns out that he is, a very deranged and sick individual in the head, as he got caught trying to meet up with an underage girl for sex. She was 13 years old. They were, when I say they, it was poachers. I keep thinking something poachers, and this kind of like amateur group that went ahead and they go out and they kind of like a Chris Hansen's Predator Poachers. There we go. Kind of like a Chris Hansen style sting operation where they go on ahead and except they're not backed by the police, so the predators are able to technically just walk away at the end of everything. But they will bait people, making them believe that they're underage, and they try to get a meetup, and they agree to meet up, and then lo and behold, you're not talking to an underage girl, you were talking to a group this whole time, pretending to be so, and they catch you in the act of trying to meet up for you know try to meet up with a child, for sex and things like that. So EDP got caught in 4K all of 5 days ago, 4 or 5 days ago, or something like that. And up until this video was made, I still don't believe he went ahead and made any type of response or anything like that. As far as I'm concerned, his life is just over as we know it. It's just everything he had, worked for, all of the amount of followers that he had on social media, subscribers, and all that stuff. Everything he worked for, it's just in a blink of an eye gone just like that. Because I don't know anybody that's going to sit there and support a blatant person that's going to go on ahead and talk sexually to a child and send them pictures of the love muscle and the penile region and all that. Just disgusting, right? And it turns out the person who runs Predator Poachers has clips of it. Well, first, when this whole thing surfaced out, right? There was a very small clip of EDP being caught talking to him, and he was trending. And I was like, "Oh, EDP's trending. What happened now?" Because I figured he's trending because maybe something with the Eagles happened, or something football related happened. But no, lo and behold, I click why EDP's trending, and I find out there's this clip of him, and I was like, "Is that real? Like, what is what is this?" And turns out that he was caught, and it took a few days. They waited a while for the video to be able to go through for monetization, and once that went through, they were able to. I'm shooting on one hand, by the way, so don't make fun of me. Just so you guys got something to watch here. Um, just so yeah. So anyways, he gets caught, right, and then I found out like yesterday or so. There's clips of the guy who's holding the the whole thing, the whole charades they're going on. Right, he's the one holding, asking the questions. The guy with the red hair. I don't know his name or whatever. But there's clips of him dropping, several clips of him dropping the N word with the hard R. Now, that right there is obviously a very atrocious word to use. Now, I've, personally in my lifetime, I've never, I'm thankful that I've never heard it said in front of me before. I was born and raised in Bridgeport, Connecticut. If you look it up, there's an area called the Village. It was one of like the worst, just poverty-stricken area you could possibly be in, and it was absolutely wild. Now I was too young; I didn't understand what was going on, but now I know it was full of just drugs and addicts, and it was wild. They're so bad that they just condemned the place. They didn't know what to do with it, so they just struck it down. But I've been born and raised in poverty areas my entire life. And statistically speaking, right, when you look at what's going to be in those very bad areas, is going to be, minority. So, it's full of just that, minority and stuff like that. So, all my growing up, all my friends, my childhood friends, all the schools I went to were predominantly African American folks. So I was, mainly hanging out with, African Americans, black people my entire life because that was, where, I grew up in. My best friends were all black, and I've been, uh, like I say lucky enough because I don't know what would have the situation would have happened if me and my boys were out in public at the mall, something like that, and we heard it, because it's a very ugly, disgusting word, right? And even joking around, I've never joked around with my friends and said that ever because I can't even joke around like that. It's just terrible. I don't. Some people find it dark humor or whatever. Some people can go on ahead and maybe they're cool with their friends like that. They're close enough to go on ahead and use that word and have them be okay with it because it's all a joke or whatever. I've never tested to see if it's just not funny to me. It's not funny to me. It never was. It never will be. I'm never going to go on ahead and, you know, uh, be around my black friends and say that and thinking, it's, I'm saying it all in humor, all in jokes or something like that. Like it's, I don't know. I don't know. It's just several clips of him coming out using that word. So it's like, damn, obviously what he did was he brought to light an absolute demon of a person in EDP, right? So severely sick in the head, chasing down children, trying to meet up with them sexually, and texting them that he's going to take their innocence, and crazy, wild, disturbing things that no grown man should ever say to a child. And that's what I think of when I think of a 13-year old. My son is going to be turning 13 soon, and I don't look at him as an adult. He's still very much a child. And there's no way a 13-year-old could ever be looked at as an adult. To be talking to like that, it's disturbing. It's disgusting. So that's a good thing, right? They went ahead and they got this guy who has a huge social following, and they go on ahead and um, get the details out on him, on just the type of person everyone's dealing with, and then it finds out that he himself is absolute. I mean, I guess it is what it is. To me, that's that. I don't know, man. Like I don't know, to anyone using that word thinking it's funny, joking around, like I guess it's all. See, I don't know, man. It's tough to say. I just want to flat out say, like, that's racist. Like, you can't say that joking around, bro. Like, you can't. Like I said, I've been all my childhood, all my most of my life, I've been surrounded around black people because that was the area where I grew up and stuff like that. So I'm very fond to the African American culture, baby. That's why when you hit Unc, you know what I mean. We all know I'm a seasoned vet. I be in them streets. You know what I mean. We all know how I gets down. We all know how the Unc gets down. You know what I mean, we all know I'm more black than I am Puerto Rican. It is what it is. You know what I mean, but again, I've never ever joked around. Like I said, I'm thankful. I've never heard that word said around me before because I don't know how me and my friends would have handled the situation. obviously the word wouldn't have been. There's so many words to disrespect a Puerto Rican man of myself. There's so many words, and I've been called everything. But I don't know how that situation would have been dealt, how we would have handled it. You know what I mean? And again, thankfully, me and my friends were never put in that situation because we probably would have acted wild, right? Because that word it's disgusting. You say that word with intent to hurt someone. You don't say that word joking around. You don't say that word to try and make someone laugh. You say that word to try to absolutely degrade and disrespect someone. And he's been caught himself in 4K several times, and even making jokes about having sex with toddlers. It's all out there on this guy. I think that's the first jump shot I've ever made with Shaq outside the paint. Um, I don't know. Let me know your thoughts and opinions on it. Like, yeah, he did a good thing, right? He did. EDP is called. He's been found to be the sick and deranged person that people, thought he was. Now with valid proof, now everyone knows for sure that he's an absolute sicko in the head, and he has sexual fantasies of children, and now we know, and that he has a large part to do with that. But then you are making jokes about having sleeping with children yourself, and several times caught using the hard ER. And it's like, when does it stop? Like, yeah, you did a good thing, but it's kind of like you point a finger at yourself and you point another fingers back at yourself. You know what I mean? Like, you point a finger at someone. How does it say? You guys know what I'm talking about. You point a finger at someone and you got four pointing back to yourself or whatever. I just think it's crazy. The situation just gets wilder and wilder. Now the people that caught the person has videos of themselves of being absolutely, racist. But crazy situation. Let me know your thoughts. I need to know your thoughts and opinion in the comment section down below.